Alright guys, here we are with our Packers spread scheme, and we're also going to be using the 3-4 defense. So if you've kind of seen what I've been doing all year with the steam pinch defense or the 3-4 defense, then it'll be very clear what we're going to be doing. This is a very effective defense. I'm actually running this in an online franchise. It's actually some preseason, in my opinion. Well, I call it that. This is basically just some prep games for my my online franchise. I've been to playoffs. I joined late in one of my last X games, so I'll be in the playoffs starting tomorrow actually, and pretty excited. I think I have a decent shot at winning. There's only one dude I'm really kind of concerned about, but you never know. I've only seen a couple guys really play, and so far the closest game was like 70-20. But I mean, you know, he did alright. He didn't do too bad. It's just he just kind of got frustrated early. And what I'm really focusing on right now is my reads out of this curl flats. And I'm just going to run the play here, just kind of getting a flow. And I see that I have this little angle route, and that's the first read as I've gone over tons and tons of times. If they are blitzing an outside linebacker, that route will be open 100% of the time. You'll be able to hit it every single time. The only way you won't be able to hit is the user guard, which is very uncommon. They're usually going to be worried about the out routes. So here you see they're backed off. So I'm going to try and hit the curl routes, my main read, but I will read my progression. I see they blitz, so I hit my route again. Another quick 2-3 yards. And now we get in a situation here where we're down 3rd and 3. And we're going to the zone of double ends play. And I'm actually going to run the draw from this formation, which is the run audible down. And here we see the draw. And we're going to slide protect against AGOS. We're going to get through the hole. And we're going to get a nice quick 7 yards there with Harris. And now we are kind of moving the ball. Now we're kind of in a flow. Now we're in a rhythm. And we're going to catch him here. You see how he's all spread out. So we're going to go right back into a draw here. Slide protect in. And we're going to motion Jones, act like we're running our standard play, but we're really actually running a draw here. And it's just chess match. And what I like to do to kind of get going is, again, you have so many things in your arsenal from this formation, so don't rely so much on curl flats that they know it's coming. Kind of rely on that as your base and work out of it. Make them adjust. As you see, this guy's actually adjusted to curl flats quickly. And so now we're going to be going to our secondary plays, and we're going to go right back into zone of double ends. And we see he backs his coverage off here, so we're going to put our dudes on out routes, and we're going to drag Finley. And here we are, and he blitzes, so we have our quick pass. Maybe he breaks a tackle. I just want to get the ball out of my hands. I want to get in, and that's the key here. I probably run curl flats different than a lot of people. I'm actually looking to hit the quick flat routes. And here, I think he's going to be blitzing me, so I'm going to check down into the halfback wheel. It's probably my favorite play in the game, because you can just do so much from it. I'm just going to go ahead and drag Finley just for a zone read. But the first read is going to be Harris here. We're looking for Harris all the way. And we get the matchup we wanted, and we pass lead him up. And there goes Harris off to the races. Willis can somehow catch him because he's on steroids. But there you see the halfback wheel, and we're reading the defense with our progression reads, which I went over in the offensive segment of the video. And it's just very fluent, and this offense is just very difficult to guard against. The only reason I run no huddle is because I want to get to the line. I want to get some pre-snap reads. I don't want to be wasting time going through what play I want to pick when I already know it's going to be this zone or shallow or the wide receiver screen probably every single time. And we're going to run a draw here. Once we get set, we're running our halfback draw. And try and get upfield. We actually get caught up. And right here we're going to go, he's showing a cover 2 look, so I'm going to try and test him deep, see if he's actually in cover 2. So I'm going to streak the outside receivers, and I'm going to go ahead and curl Harris. And I'm just reading the outside guys to see what he's in. And I see he's in man coverage, but I know my dude beat the press on the right. Luckily Finley beat press. And we get down the field quick. So we knew there that he was in a 2-man under look. Probably should have put an out route out there, but I didn't do that. And right into my favorite goal line play, the halfback wheel with the fade route, and that's actually where I'm really looking unless I see this right here. As you saw, there was no flat route. I actually hit it a little too early. But that's what I'm looking to hit there. I'm actually going right back to it because I don't think this play is really guardable in the red zone. And especially, quick and early on in the game. I'm going to go right to it. And again, no flat route, but he's user guarding it. But I know I have the drag, and the drag actually beats man in zone when their corners are kind of backed up a little bit like that. So that's the first drive that we get that going. We kind of didn't go into the gun tight ending, but we took some notes. We know that he likes man coverage, and we also know that when he wants to, he kind of shows his hand. He doesn't run the same look every time, so I kind of know when he'll be in what, hopefully, and that'll give me some keys later on in the game. So I took some notes on that first drive. Now going into the defensive portion of this series, all I'm going to be doing off the bat is running a standard left edge pressure just to see how he handles it. With the elite guys, I probably would stay more in a coverage base from the stink pinch, but in my opinion, the stink pinch pressure gets there so quick that all I need is maybe 3 seconds. If I can hold for 3 seconds, I have him. And the run D from this is just so stout, just standard. As you see here, we're just going to come right up in the gap. Gore makes a phenomenal run there, but I mean, we're in position to stop the run. You guys see the mastery of this defense is all about game planning. It's all about stick. Once you get the middle linebacker user skill down, this defense becomes very good. Here we're going to take Bishop, put him in a deep blue. This is just a base setup from the 3-4 over. And we got this stick. And we should have had that right there. I was trying. Right on position, flowing to the ball, holding triangle, and it didn't lock on there. And here we're going to go back into stink pinch. Now we're going to run the coverage setup. Actually, no, we're not. We're going to run the A-gap setup, so we're just going to reblitz Raji and shift line over. Hopefully, one of those is going to get the rest of it. Get on Hawk here. Watch the tight end streak. Watch the tight end streak here. Pick that off. Oh, I'm right there. Right there. 2 in a row. Gosh dang it. So you see we're right in position. It's just a matter of he made a better user play than I did, which is fine. But I mean, when you have 2 possessions, I mean, you can't be mad at that. That's just kind of the game sometimes. That's how it works. Sometimes you eat it. Sometimes you don't. Again, base setup from left side pressure. Play action, we should be right in there. Yep, there's our fumble, and we don't get on it, of course. But you see, that's how quick the pressure gets in. I mean, he literally snapped the ball and was kind of getting hit. So now I'm going to go into a coverage version of this because now he has to kind of throw. So just a basic coverage setup. And I'm actually going to put Bishop in a flat here, but I'm going to use it in the middle deep. And he's going to throw it up. Shields right there, and he's going to drop it, of course. Get a drink something. Get a little drink here. Okay, now 3rd and long here. I'm going to run the that cover 6 setup I told you guys about, where we pinch the line and then just re-blitz that backer. And then I'm going to put these 2 dudes in deep blues and shade coverage out. I'm just watching this dude right here, and you see how quick that pressure is going to get in from Pickett. I mean, that's the scheme, guys, in a nutshell. I don't think A-gaps are that important. 4 down lineman sets give you a little better shot at A-gap blitzes, I will be honest. But once you understand this defense, once you understand why things work, where the pressure comes from, you don't really need to have A-gap. You need to mix up your edge pressure, you need to mix up your coverage D, you need to, but overall, and you do have A-gap, but you're blitzing a little more people, and you want to save that A-gap right at the right time when they're kind of getting used to the edge pressure, kind of slot protecting outside, and then once they're not looking for it, slam them inside. But this defense one-on-one, guys, is all this is with the stink pinch, and the stink pinch allows you to work very quickly in setting your blitzes up. All it is maybe one quick adjustment to your line, one re-blitz here or there, one zone up. Very simple. And now we're going to get to be able to throw our curl flat concepts here on the outside. So here we got him with the out route. We're just going to get down. I know Z Farrells likes to kind of crank the hips back. I personally just like to get down and take my 5 yards and be happy with it. And here I'm going to run the curl flats again. I don't think he's going to be guarding, but I'm going to have to fade in case I don't get the read I want. He blitzes, and I can't get the ball. I was hitting R1 there the whole time. I don't know. I've actually been having some problems with that lately from the shotgun. I think it has to do with the auto drop back, maybe. I don't know what it is, but when you want to throw it, it doesn't, and then you're kind of hesitant, and then you get that 1 second, you're sacked. So that's why I wish they had this play from a single back spread instead of a 4 wide spread. But here again, curl flats, same exact setup, same exact reads here. I'm just gonna look, and he's actually blitzing here, so now I know I can hit Harris. I get a good stick work, and now I'm off to the races. And I don't think he's gonna catch him. 93 speed, and you see that's what happens when you blitz. That's what happened. What should have happened last time. We just didn't get a very good. Whatever you want to call it. We just didn't make the play. Sorry about the little glitch and little adjustment on the camera there, but we just didn't make the play when we needed to. And came back. But I mean, if he wants to keep blitzing, we'll throw curl flats all day. Because curl flats, it kind of forces you to run a certain defense, and once you start running that certain defense, you're you're not just vulnerable. I mean, you leave yourself wide open on the outside. You leave yourself wide open on the middle, and that's why the other setup we run when they're pressed up is I believe I showed 2 setups: one when they're pressed, one when they're not pressed, and then a base setup, and then like a blitz pressure look setup. I mean, there's tons of setups for this play, but the key is that when they're pressed up, we have a play that will beat coverage using and still keep the consistent curl flat read going like we want to. So, and now we're going to go into the OLB Fire 2, run it the same way as seam pinch. It's just from a cover 2 shell now. And you see the corner routes are kind of sewed up. That's why I ran that. I noticed, you know, we were kind of catching him in the inside with some bats and some almost picks, and I figured he might try the ends or the outside, and I was right. And again, standard coverage setup. Make sure I get on that tight end, and I'm right there, 3 people, but he just makes a good completion. Here I'm going to be looking to send pressure from both sides, and hopefully we'll get in. So, gosh dang it, I'm not going to get in. I'm going to have to go from one side. I'm going to have to just go from one side pressure. Make sure I'm on that, and we get the pressure in there. And guys, I would go just one-sided pressure until they pick it up. I don't really send double-sided unless I know they're starting to block running backs and do all that stuff. So now coverage, again, game planning one-on-one. I need to go over this in more depth one day, but when they are kind of second and long, you want to be in more of a coverage D because you want to try and attempt to get them in 3rd and 10 and kind of force them to draw. And there we should another drop interception. So now you have them in 3rd and 20, and now you can really send heat. And again, we're going to go to that cover 6 setup. Actually, no, we're not. We're going to go with the double edge pressure. And he's running a screen. Is it going to get it out there? One sec, guys. Hello? I don't know. I don't know. I just guessed. Per year. Yes, it's definitely not going to be per semester. Yes. Okay. And there, sorry guys. Talking to him, seeing what my college is going to be costing us. What I was going to say was, we just ran the single side pressure because he's not blocking anybody. There's no reason to get 2 people there if we only need to get 1 there. We're sending less people. We have better coverage. And I just put everybody in a deep blue that I could before the snap. So I'm gonna get the interception there on 4th down. I would definitely not have gone for that one. And here I'm just gonna check down right into the draw. I'm gonna slide left because I want to run it off the left tackle. And we get through off the left guard. We get off about 8 yards there. And the reason we come out in zone or shallow, guys, is because once they start really getting kind of cover 0 and blitzing, we can kind of kill them. Backed off setup. We have the little fade, little dump off fade route there. The fade is so beautiful. The fades motion snapped are just so good this year. And I've seen that he's kind of not respecting our out routes. As you see, he's press covering. So now we know he's blitzing, so we're going to get right back into the HB wheel. And this time I'm going to leave Finley on his route. But my main read is Harris. You see we get Harris here. He's actually trying to user guard it, but he's in no position. And of course he gets a fumble. That's the most frustrating part about playing anyone on this game, because of the Niners. They just, for whatever reason, they just cause so many fumbles. I mean, even with the new update, you don't even have to play defense with them. You just have to kind of force fumbles. That's all you have to do. Standard coverage setup here. And I'm going to jump that corner out. We got good coverage. See, that's the thing. I call the right play at the right time. I don't get a turnover 3 different times in this game so far. He calls the right play, or he calls the wrong play rather, and he gets a turnover. That's the frustrating part about this game. Standard cover 6 setup. He's actually running a screen. We got a dude out there. He doesn't really play it very well, so he's going to get 6. But I was expecting more of an out route or a streak. And here I'm going to go right into the A gap. I'm actually going to run the stink bench stock now. Well, I'm going to re-blitz Raji, that's it. I'm going to try and get the A gap here from Bishop, the delayed A gap. And we get, we're probably going to get, oh my gosh. Oh, running into the pass, riffing the passer, even though we hit him right as he threw the ball. Oh, man. See, I'm on this guy's neck, and I know I am way better, but for whatever reason, this game just gives it to me sometimes. Here I want to look like I'm user guarding Davis. I'm actually going to bump him and then get off. I know my responsibility is the deep middle. Right here. I'm right there. Well, one thing you can definitely not expect from me anytime soon is a user skill tutorial. I can never ever get picks when my dudes will be standing right where they need to be. I just can't click on and pick it for whatever reason. And try and get the pressure going from the right now. And get the drag coming underneath. My dudes are, look at that, my dudes just fall over. Playing the Niners is so frustrating. Because there's nothing you can really stand under pressure from the stink pinch man play now. Tighter coverage. He's not really been running in his own reading concepts. And he kills us. Oh my gosh, that's stupid. What I should have done there, he had been running that slant route. I gotta be on that. I shouldn't have worried about the right side of the field, because on PS3 especially, they're gonna be attacking the left. And I had man coverage. Man coverage usually will stick with that, but for whatever reason, they're Niners. If you guys are playing the Niners and something doesn't go right, just chalk it up to Donnie Moore hates any team that's not from San Francisco. No, I'm just kidding on that one. But man, these Niners, I mean, I mean, at the beginning of the year, they weren't that bad. They kind of had some weaknesses. But right now, with Kaepernick being as good as he is, and they never really, the defense wasn't never, in my opinion, the defense was never good. As good as everyone says they are, as good as they are in this game. But with this defense being as good as it is now, these Niners are just roided. Literally roided. They cause fumbles every time. Here you see we run that little streak, and that's for that setup right there, the cover 2 sink. As you see, he just sits in a nice little hole underneath that, and if they do cover that with their user defender, that's going to mean that the running back's going to be open underneath. It's a high-low read overloading the zone. Very simple. Zone of double ends here. We're actually going to throw it to Cobb. Hold on the ball. Thank you. And we're going to try and throw mesh posts at him real quick. And we're actually going to send. No, we'll leave. Yeah, we'll leave like this. Pass lead up the drags. We break this. Right now we got a minute. This is a little game planning. I don't want to give him more than maybe 30 seconds. I'm going to run a draw here. Unless he's ungodly, got ungodly amount of people in the box, which he doesn't. So we're going to check right down another draw. We're actually going to slide left. I want to run it right off the left guard. I'm actually going to run right down the middle. Spin. That's a pretty decent run. Now I'm going to check down into the HP wheel and wait till it gets to about 20 seconds. Or he calls a timeout. And hopefully I went over this in the offensive video. If not, I'll try to go over it in another one. But down here in the red zone, what I like to do is get 2 tight ends in. Come out in a stretch look. And I can run a multiple amount of plays here. But against a look like this, I'm going to go to the quick fast audible up. And I'm going to fade both tight ends. Drag these outside dudes. Slide line left, block RB right. And just throw to the opposite user side and hope he catches it, which Michael Finley, of course, does not want to for me. But we're going to do it again. I think this is one of the best goal line concepts this year, is those 2 fade right on the outside. I'm going to run it here. And we get a nice little juke. So, I'm going to go up 21-7. And I think that he's going to get the ball at half, which is not good. I'm going to come out and I'm going to run a lot of coverage. I'm going to try and get a pick. I'm not going to try and get a sack. I'm more or less going to try and get an interception. And I know what he wants to do. I know what he likes to do. So I might be running some 2-man under. I'm actually going to go dip into the 3-3-5 scheme. Since this is kind of just a more of an offensive-minded video, I want you to see this offense that I run in the... I run this 3-3-5 scheme that I put up a little while ago, and let me just get the guys in the right spots. So real quick, I want to get Perry at the D end. So we get Perry here. I want to get Zombo here, and that's all substituting I really do. And he's actually going to run it. Yeah, I wouldn't run that way. He's going to run left. So we're just going to run commit. Because, I mean, against the Niner heavy, you know they're running the ball. I mean, especially when they just go to, like, one side of the blue. You know what's coming. You know they're going to be running the ball there. So why waste your time and do anything else other than run commit? In my opinion, that's just the way I see it. But may not be the way you see it. But here we go. Now we're going to do our standard 3-5 setup for this side of the field. And I'm going to swing Clay out. That's set up. And I know he's going to try and hit the streak. So I'm going to run right to it. Give me that interception. I called the right play. And it doesn't give me my pick. Well, that's a shock. So you saw the pressure. I think hopefully the pressure came in. If not, I'm a liar. But for the most part, pressure usually is pretty consistent. But the coverage is phenomenal. Uh-oh. Got it set up. Just watching the scene. I know it's going to be a streak. Get over there. There it is. And I think we actually did hit the quarterback that time. So we got 11 seconds here, and I'm going to run that zone across stop play. That play is from the. Let me actually get Jennings back in the game. I don't know why he's out. But I'm going to run the zone across stop really quick for the line of scrimmage. On quick hiking and just streaking everybody on the field except for that flat. I'm going to drag him. And we're going to throw it. Pass lead up. And there's corn on the cob making a play. Now we go up 24-7.5. That was the whole mindset there. I was going to be able to use that zone across stop. And that's why I hopefully broke it down in the offensive scheme video right. When I say that is a play I go to maybe 5 times a game. And every single time I'm going to get about 50 yards on it. Because those 2 streaks are just a pain in the neck. Especially when you go to it so quick. The speed. This is actually what makes my offense so good, I think, is my defensive skill. And being a defensive type of player, I know kind of what to expect and whatnot. Guys, I'm actually gonna be right back. Right back, real quick. I gotta go do something. Okay, guys, sorry about that little dead air there. I had to really had to go pee. And of course, the one play we're gone, he runs for 39 with one of the, in my opinion, best quarterbacks in the game right now. Most dynamic by far. I'm gonna run the clamp double go. I'm gonna run the coverage. We'll put these using purples if I can get. Son of a gun. Couldn't get on time, and he's going to dot me up, of course. So frustrating because there's the one problem I will say with the 3-4 is there's a lot of adjusting. So if your user skill is kind of lacking, you may want to stick to just the sting pinch. But once you run these other plays over and over, I can't even tell. Okay, clamp double go here. My lag so much. Oh my gosh. Freaking gosh, so stupid. I think I need to get a new controller because it's been happening a lot where my controller will not let me make adjustments. And here I'm going to leave the standard A gap and I'm going to actually man up these outside dudes. I'm just going to watch the inside dude with Hawk. And that's all I'm really concerned about. You know, post right across the middle, right on my butt, and I can't get it. So now I gotta run the 2 deep MMB spy setup just like the other side. I'm actually gonna man him up with a spy dude. Right there. Give me my. Oh my gosh, 2 of them right on his freaking face. You see, that's the beauty of this thing fish, so you can adjust very easily. You're gonna do whatever you want with it. It's just so good, in my personal, humble opinion. I think you just flipped that play and run that tight end. There's a slant coming on my face. Can't get over. Oh my gosh. There you saw, for whatever reason, zones just sit there like they're dumb. I mean, they don't follow you even though they're in a perfect position to. I don't know, but that was my fault. I gotta stay with that slant route. He's been running it all game. So I'm gonna wait for it. You gotta throw it away. Yep, that's good D. There was really nothing open that he wanted. He really wants that slant route, so I need to take notes of that. I'm actually gonna run 2 men under here. Or not 2 men under, but the man version of the sting pinch blitz. So here we go. Just watch out for the slants because I know he likes the slants. Counter. We should have that locked up. We're actually going to get a holding call. So I think you got Clay Matthews on that one. So now 2nd and 20 again. We're going to run our coverage setup. Man, I am so much more tired than I think. Or I do these sometimes. Oh man. Standard coverage. My job is to watch the slant because he's going to run. Bam, there it is. So now I got him in 3rd and long. And I'm not, since we're under the 50, I'm going to run the 2-man under setup from the 3-3-5 here. It's the same concept from 3-3-5 that I ran under the 50, but it's a little bit different of a setup just to make it work a little better. We're still only sending 2. And the reason I want to do this is I want the added coverage. I don't want any chances because this dude's been completing slants and all that crap on me. And there you see the user guard. There was really nothing open. And the pressure was almost in there. I think he even got touched. So that's the 3-2-5 scheme that I will go to some with this 3-4 because what the only thing this thing switch doesn't do for you is it doesn't give you that tight man coverage that 2-man under will do. And the 2-man under works so well from 3-5. I don't think there's a reason to call it from the 3-4 if they're not no huddling you. And curl flats, we know that's set up all day long. Yeah, we got out of bounds there. But we know that's set up for sure. And we've only thrown like 1 incompletion, so that's pretty good. We're mixing in the draw. That's so key, guys. The draw is so important in the scheme. And actually, me and Forrest were kind of talking about why he didn't want to run spread, or why he kind of fell off of the spread bandwagon. Was because he didn't feel like the draw. He felt like it was almost too much emphasis being placed on a run. That wasn't very dominant of a run. It was more of a mix and run. But you have to be able to run this draw. I will say that about this scheme. Because what happens is, once you force them to kind of watch out for that, then you have everything else in your arsenal open. Because now they got to blitz 3-4 guys to stop the draw. And there's Jordy Nelson on that little streak from the zone of post, kind of turning to a pass to a drag on the right. And they're pressed up, so we're going to run our pressed up setup. And you see how he kind of goes, oh my gosh. Guys, in this online franchise, Aaron Rodgers has 95 deep accuracy, 96 short, and 94 mid. By the end of the season, he should have 98 or 99 deep. So I'm pretty excited, but those throws will occur once probably every blue moon with Aaron Rodgers. And there you see that. The reason I didn't throw the flat route, because technically it was a zone blitz, was just because I knew the out route was there. So guys, I knew the out route would gain more yards. I'm going to go right ahead and go into the zone across stop. And read. Got him right here. And like I said, I go to it maybe once, twice a game. Every time I go to it, I get huge yards. So I'm going to go right back into the split offset. I love this draw from here. This draw is so good. I don't know why I didn't think about this. For the longest time, I never really had a running attack from this. I kind of just made the HB Wilmar run play. And the flanker screen and the mesh post. I use those as runs, basically. But now that I have that kind of run there, plus that zona, that quick pass from that, really works well. Here we're going to get, can we get in there? No, we cannot. But you see, the running back is so important in this offense because what he does is basically the running back goes through and says, can't play cover G, and he makes it very difficult for you to you gotta kind of account for him for everywhere he's going to go. Whereas most schemes kind of feature the outside receiver or something with the quarterback. In my opinion, this scheme features a very dual threat running back. Luckily, in my franchise, I have a Joseph Adai. He works really well with this, but I also have Stephon Logan, and I'm telling you guys right now, Stephon Logan makes makes Jeff Demps look like a rock, because Stephon Logan is so agile and he's so nimble. He's not as fast as Jeff Demps, but man, he's way more kind of elusive and catches the ball tremendously. So he's very dominant. But here, once I get up by this much, it's all about pressure. So we're just going to keep running the left-sided pressure until he stops it. And I'm watching out for slants. So here, he's got him on an in route. The pressure gets there. So, now I'm going to go to the... I want to go ahead and go to the A-gap here. So the consistent A-gap setup. And watch out for the slant. He's running that slant again. I want to stay with it this time. I don't know how he's right on his route, and he's still completing. Anyway, 31-7. I would run 3-5 at this point. Actually, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show you what I would do at this point. If I was running with no limitations, I would run going in nickel 3-5, and I'd run the cover 2. I'd come out in cover 2 invert, and then I'd audible into everything else I want to run. So I would just, you can come out of anything. You've got quick your 2-man unders and your audibles, but here I'm gonna run the cover 2 import for you. I don't know what just happened, but it did not allow me to. That's a good swap there. It did not allow me to do anything at all pre-snap, which is why the blitz didn't come in. So let's try it again. Now we got our setup in, so now it should work. And slant route. Oh boy, he got me. Oh, he dropped it. Oh, that sucks. But that's the cover 2 invert blitz. Now I'm going to go right into a 3-5 blitz that's a little more consistent. Just the double side or single side pressure here. Clay Matthews is going to lead. And on that double side pressure, that single side pressure almost always will turn into double sided pressure, especially if they block line aggressive. Like I said in the video, if they block line aggressive against the 3-5, they might as well just quit trying to block the 3-5. Aggressive is going to kill their chances at even attempting to pick up this blitz. And there's the man coverage, because the man coverage is a little tighter on this dude's this dude's scheme is more of, you see, the man coverage is tighter on like the post and the slants, whereas zone coverage is definitely tighter on other stuff. But he's going to quit. So I'm going to cut off the video, but I just wanted to let you guys see this full scheme breakdown. So I appreciate you guys checking out the scheme. Thanks, guys, and have a good day.